and yet it's too open in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I really don't like it at all. And it's interesting because, honestly, CS was on a heater. They got Ancient, they got Anubis. Both maps were relatively good. They made some iterative adjustments, and it turned out just fine. Now those are the two of the most played maps. Just saw Ancient yesterday. We saw Anubis. But Train, to me, stands out as a feature. We are finally into the action. Nouns are on that defense. You questioned it. Who would start where? Nouns. Your IGL to press middle. He'll find one. Eventually by Xani. Tunnels and now up catwalk is the play. All four players pushing forward.
Rotation's already coming through CT, though. CJ's going to take first contact, rush, and CJ going to back away long, though, and let their players through CT do the bulk of the damage. Bomb plant coming through here for Aetheris, and now a man advantage as Peeping gets popped by Carver. This is becoming a more favorable situation for Aetheris here, but there goes Rulik at the barrels, caught by two. Noto trying to close the gap as Junior swings. CJ rushing. Junior all mopping up the remaining three. And the bomb plant will mean that Aetheris will probably go for a force here. But given the map, I think a save, a couple P250s, maybe go for another bomb plant. But get guns up in round 3 is your more prudent option. Although, Aetheris are going right in. Scout for Sirena, Galil for Xani, Mag 10's out. And Nouns, only one FAMAS. I would like to see another one given how well it looked in the first part of Ancient. And the long-range nature of Dust2, I think the FAMAS might be a very good, viable second round / force buy weapon to use on a map like this.
Yeah, especially with the MP9s getting nerfed at range and nerfed when crouching. We saw this exact start on map number 1, bomb plant and force buy, but beyond that, it was a collapse from Aetheris. We'll see if this map is any different. Peeping starts things off, much the same, catching Rulik. Rush spots one, crossing back into long doors. It's a long taking control of now for Nouns. Peeping still holding towards the double doors middle, and Rush flashed in long, is caught, but he does a lot of damage on Nato.
Peeping in a good position to get a second kill, and he does just that with minimal effort, up close and personal with the MP9. Again, its crouching accuracy did get nerfed in the most recent patch, but I don't know anyone who uses the MP9 crouch, so I don't think that really hurts anybody. Bomb will go down on A, though, as there's nobody here to defend the plant. The smoke will make it even better, as Carver will get that to dirt. Cryptic spots out one around the smoke. Sirena with that scout as the Nouns retake comes on through. Scout shot, nice, landed there by Sirena. Maybe making this a little bit more possible here. Spots out the second, gets the tag, and a belabored spray from the Galil does at least open an opportunity. But Peeping will not fail the second time, and the bomb will get defused. 2 casualties, though. Not ideal for Nouns in this situation.
No, it's not. Peeping drops the Galil for the FAMAS. This should tell you where players stand on the recently upgraded weapon. A lot of players would rather have the Galil in days of old, but here we are picking up the FAMAS instead.
Its accuracy is kind of nuts, so I can see why.
Rush gets it back. Aetheris going to go for Deagles and armor a half buy instead. It is bolstered by that bomb plant. It gives them a little bit of extra teeth in this round, but shouldn't be a real opportunity for them to get onto the board in a round like this.
Well, there's a fast rush from Cryptic, and Rulik is done and dusted. FAMAS with this flashbang from Cryptic also picks up a kill. And speaking of Cryptic, he's not going to stop his run. Pushing all the way through T-spawn. The rotation from Nouns is in accordance to that information. And now the Deagles will do what they can. But the flank is on. CJ's pushed up catwalk. The peek comes from both levels. 2 kills, 2 peeks. And Xani will get caught eventually, as he does get one at least on the Cryptic. But that's just an MP9 drop. Not going to bother Nouns at all. 3-0 up here. And another fast start for the Nouns as we look forward to an actual gun round here.
Yep, finally guns coming through. Do we have an op on either side is the question. Doesn't
I
seem like it.
believe we will have an op on both.
Oh. Last minute investments.
Yeah, Junior dropped the M4 to Cryptic and just bought his own.
See, and Cyrena has no helmet, which means he could be one-shot headshot by the FAMAS or the M4, so he needs to be weary of that. Trying to play around that Molotov. Did it not land? The smoke was very, very shallow. Allowed him to peek around it. Good kill. Cryptic, though, quick on the trade. Maintains even footing. 4 versus 4. Cat control, though. Swiftly taken by Aetheris.
Good fight from Cryptic on Cat. Sticks around for his second peek, but nobody will face him. So he'll drop down and get a reload here. A little bit of pressure towards B's. That's the audible from Aetheris. CJ back plat, just waiting to anchor. Taken out by Carver. Hits the dink, but not the finish. Now the Molotov comes through. Flashbang to allow the cross. Cryptic tagged through the door by the op of Cyrena. He'll toss in utility as Cyrena will make that op even more known. Looking for kills. Junior has to make a decision whether or not he wants to fight from CT. Cyrena misses another shot on Cryptic. His time is dwindling. Junior now in towards CT, but Cyrena is entrenched. There's not really great retake utility for Nouns here with only a Molotov on Junior, and I think this is going to be the first round of the game for Aetheris, and they're tied to scoreline of the night so far.
An early time to find the victory, but they're being held in. This is exit posturing for Nouns. Cryptic's belabored spray gets one. He's finally traded. I don't think this player Tons will survive. Rush is here. Gets the kill. That's the op. Dropped a big scalp to find for Rush. Junior, does he peek this? No. He will not go for the fight against Xani. Aetheris on the board far earlier in this map than the last. But their economy is indeed pressured because of the losses sustained in the round prior.
Yeah, I do like the double op here, though. We'll see peeping on that secondary, which is an interesting choice. See what he wants to do. Junior is going for a bit of an aggressive mid-peek. Peeping out long. Goes a little bit too high on the shot. That's a good start for Noto. Junior gets aggressive too, but too many targets. He would have been dead to top mid or Tons. Nouns losing the trade game right now with Aetheris trying to claw their way back in and get a tie scoreline. But if they do end A, they still will have to deal with Cryptic and a Rush, and that's a nice little two-tap dirt nap from Cryptic. He'll drop down towards middle as well. Has a flashbang, so does CJ, but it's going to be Cryptic's out! But CJ loses the fight. Cryptic does as well. Carver doubles down as it's all up to Rush. He's been around the block, and he hears Cyrena. Has the bomb now to his favor. Does not realize it, I don't think, and he's going to get run into by Carver, who survives 3 fights and wins them all.
Yeah, first fight was clean. The ire was towards his teammate Cyrena. The second he wins while losing half, and the third he wins while losing 30. Very big hat trick for Carver. Gets his team a second in a row and breaks the economy of Nouns. More importantly, we're now going to be on pistols in round number 6. A prime opportunity for Aetheris on this offensive to tie things up early on.
Cryptic. Nice deagle shot onto Rulik. That's a good start for Nouns on this pistol half by. Can't really expect to win it, but they're going to do what damage they can. Junior taken out. As Carver now runs up ramp. All alone, though. Could get caught with a 5-7 up tight. Exactly like that. Cryptic's here as well to help out. Spots the push. Peeping is also in the vicinity. CJ goes down, but Rush. Another one. Nouns a man advantage. Make it 2 as Peeping pops around the smoke. Lands the deagle headshot. And Xani now a 1 versus 3 against rifles in the hands of Nouns. No bomb to be recovered. It's all between 3. And now a drop down into CT. Cryptic's on the angle with the big green gun. It's only a matter of... Oh, the phone. That's a nice shot. Cryptic was looking the wrong way, overextended a little bit, and Xani took full advantage. 1 versus 2, a lot more winnable here. Peeping's extending as well. Put that spray. I mean, it's 4 for Nouns, and it's a half by. Very minimal investment victory for Nouns, as they will not allow this to go to a tie ball game.
No, they won't. extending the lead back to 2, and also now giving them the fullest of full investments into round number 7. Aetheris, their economy has not really been allowed to stabilize, so it's their turn on a wonky buy. Xani has the AK armor. Tech 9 for Carver, Deagles for Rulik and Sirena. Nato investing next to nothing. Just 300 on what I think was a smoke for middle for Xbox. Aggression long for both teams. Carver unable to connect much of anything. In fact, actually nothing connecting. And secured now for Nouns.
Peeping, spraying away, doing quite a bit of damage through the doors. Finally gets his kill. And it's all down to Rulik and Xani now. Tapping away, peeping down mid doors. Has to be careful not to get caught. Does get one more for his trouble as Xani will be the last one standing again here. No bomb at all. They just left it in spawn. Didn't even attempt to play with it. And Junior, he's on the right angle. Says to hit his shot, which he will do. 5-2 Nouns. Only losing 1. Very good, especially after winning the last round with no real investment at all. But Aetheris are going to be back on the guns here, and this is the opportunity to keep pace with Nouns at least a little bit.
Yes, it is. I fear if they lose this rifle round without a bomb plant, it could get away from them rather quickly. No op to rival Junior either. It's straight AKs across the board. Xani completely lacking utility. Nato only has a smoke. Aetheris again putting hefty emphasis on middle. 2 going lower tons, 2 top mid holding for the press, and 1 in the underpass. Jump spotting. Junior on catwalk is the one to open things up. Now Peeping's turn to peek. Gets 1. Xani only gets 1 as well in a trade. In fact, it's a flurry of frags on the scoreboard. Just 1 remaining in Nato. Finds a second for his team in the round, but he finds himself in a 1v3. CJ already pushed through tunnels. Not expected at all. Free kill for him and an upgrade to boot. Not even close to a bomb plant for Aetheris, and that means their economy is once again beleaguered.
Once again beleaguered, and once again Nouns are starting to really tighten down the vice on Aetheris. They're not really letting Aetheris get anything going right now. It's getting a little more rough here. Scout tag at least is something from Sirena onto Peeping. Nades come through, Peek comes in, Peeping with 1, 2, and helped on a 3rd. And a 4th for CJ, as he'll get 2 as well. Junior does get 1. And again, Nouns, minimal casualties. Aetheris, no bomb plant. They'll, of course, get money with the loss bonus, but it is a bleak situation again for Aetheris here. 7 to Nouns on the CT side of Dust2. And Nouns are just kicking it into cruise control again, it looks like.
Yeah, they're still getting aggressive, though. They're not just resting on their laurels. They're pushing lower tons, setting up with the Yacht Cat, for example. Still showing us new looks, which you love to see for the Nouns squad. Peeping has picked up the double op setup. He's at long. A player to watch is atop the scoreboard as well. 12 kills and a good flash in towards door. It's rushed to fall. Peeping wants to stick around. Nades the smoke. Thinks better of it, though. The flashbang forces him away. And Nouns quickly rotate around to reinforce this A site. It doesn't look like Aetheris are going to commit. 3 players exiting long and now looking towards middle instead.
Rulik does get another opening here for Aetheris, as B site has now been completely cleaned out. Junior's the only one to try and do anything out in middle, and I think Nouns might just call it a save here. Sirena does get caught in pit, which will open up a little bit, but B site is still a very rough retake. And the smoke is still down. Rulik, very tough position to clear out, especially with Carver now in door, but Junior 1 goes aggressive, but caught by Noto. Do they expect Carver? No, they don't. Doesn't even matter. Noto's right there, and Carver will get the last on the peeping. Feeling unlucky for Carver not getting more than one kill out of that whole engagement.
Yes, it does, but at least they get a third, and they keep a majority of the squad up. That's the most important thing. They get that up for Sirena. They finally do some damage to the economy of Nouns, who don't have much left in the bank. 4,200 for CJ, 2,400 for Cryptic, and 1,750 for Peeping is about all they have. Junior does have his op, but he has nothing left in the tank if required. He has a rival on the other side of the server this time around. Sirena has that op at hand. Junior over at B starts things off right for his team nonetheless. Peeping through the smoke finds a second onto Nato. Nouns, even when they meet some adversity, they still come back stronger. Peeping yet another 3 kills going unanswered. Carver and Xandy, the last pair, to pick up the pieces, and Cryptic is already lined up with Junior to stop this cat play.
Yeah, Peeping's here. Junior watching long cross from bottom ramp. Does have the spot on Cat. Now it's all down to Peeping for the last. Gets the dink, but not quite the kill. It's a problem with the M4s. Takes 2 headshots and not 1. Now for Xandy. 1 HP. You can say a dream if you want, but Junior will end that before it becomes a reality. 8-3 the score. 1 more round and a half. Nouns looking for a 9-3 squeeze before they get to the second of this second best of 1. If you're just joining us, Ancient was a 13-2 scoreline in favor of Nouns, who had a flawless CT half. Been a little more competitive here on map number 2, the second best of 1 of the night. Aetheris going all in here, double Galils, triple AKs. Utility is not quite great, only 1 Molotov, no HEs. Good amount of flashbangs, but they're going to have to really rely on those for an eventual take. Cryptic sprinting into tunnels, drops the molly, isolates the fight, but still misses the first duel. Rush will have to come through and help out, as Cryptic did nothing there besides die. Rush now kind of caught in a rough spot, but he's able to at least get a second kill before he's put down by Noto. Aetheris are in such an awkward position too, kind of stuck in middle with all this information known, that it's tough for them to be able to make a decision out of this very early on in this round.
Where they've been almost every round. Stuck in middle trying to get control and being harassed by Nouns. Nato working out of B, and Nouns again riding off this bomb site. It almost costs Peeping his life. CJ drops Rulik in the meanwhile. Peeping being ahead of that smoke, always hit by it. That's unfortunate. Nato swings, gets the kill. This is going to be a difficult retake for Nouns, who look to make it quick. Junior close. Finds the first. No, it's Nato instead to find 1. Nato a second. And Aetheris stem the bleeding with a 4-8 end to the half as we hit the break.
Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. I never back down, I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems.
A much closer half than the first, as Nouns lead by 4, going to the T side of Dust 2. Boggs and Pineapple Phillips here, as Nouns will look to finish this one off in 2-0, 2 best-of-1 win fashion. Flashbang goes high, Noto forced away. The mid-scrim from both sides goes away with no real contact at all. Peeping now, prepared to sprint up through a bottom middle, but he is shut down by Sirena down mid. Contact from Cat now, reveals 3, pushing in from Aetheris, Cryptic 1. Catches Rulik looking up towards top mid instead of keeping an eye on the players in tunnels. Cryptic still kind of strafing away as CJ runs up with the bomb on towards site, has a friend with him, but he's not needed. Nice work there from CJ, has to be careful for ramp now, though. Xanny, 1 big kill. Bomb ticking away, however, for Nouns. Rush, that's a nice one onto Xanny. Leaving it all down to Sirena and Carver. Junior over at Xbox tries to tap with the P2 Fitty, but he is shut down. Putting it all now in the hands of his 2 teammates. That's Sirena. Cat looking at Cat or CT. I'm not sure what, but he gets caught blindsided.
Yeah, taken out of the round. That was an oversight. Carver was there. Heard the steps. Must have been a missed call. And now Carver, with no kit and a dream, is trying to do something. At this point, the round is done and dusted. Ticking away is the bomb. No chance for him. Just an awkward dance against Cryptic, who will win the dance, might I add. 9-4. And it should be 10 off the back. Aetheris feeling the pressure. Probably going to be compelled into a force buy for round 14.
They kind of have to force at this point, Nate. Although, if they didn't, they got guns in round 15, it would be a 10-4. It's not a horrible situation, but it really puts that much more importance on that gun round. Still, though, it almost feels like a must-win round here for Aetheris. They want something to come positively out of this map, out of this best of 1. Noto's made noise too. Peeping's heard him. It's a good fade, not over-aggressing. Nouns are ready for pushes from people as well. And Cryptic will win the first fight. Rush, that's a rough spray, but at least he does get his kill. Has help too. Tag from Sirena, finished off by CJ the King. Moving it all down to Xanny and Noto. Deagle, MP9, and this force by Flat. As Paper.
There's a chance for damage still. 2 players lit. Eagle spams away Cryptic.
Okay.
Nato finds Peeping. Rush and CJ are both below 30. Those were not the players I was talking about when I said someone was low on HP. Rush in long doors might find Nato. Or not Nato, Xanny, excuse me. But Aetheris already calling it quits with the round. Back in T-spawn is 1. Gonna pick up some upgrades and look forward to the next round instead. Gives them teeth if they don't have confidence in winning this one. I don't hate the call, but if they knew that CJ and Rush were so low, they might have been more inclined to attempt this retake.
Yeah, I like the save here. You have armor. You have a couple of weapons. Go GG, go next. They don't know how low CJ and Rush are, I don't think. So. They'll wait.
Really
That's
now.
just, yeah.
Still, though, Galil could definitely have teeth. Could definitely give Aetheris an opportunity in round 15, but keep in mind they're rapidly running out of rope, running out of space. Only 3 rounds separate Nouns from victory on this second map. They themselves are going for a bit of a bonus. They bought some AKs. Keeping will be the point man out long. Belabored spray. The nade stack does him in, though. Good opening for Aetheris, who now look to scrounge for that rifle.
There's one from Cryptic. Takes a fight. Is lucky to get out of there alive. Sirena had all the opportunities in the world. Does a little bit more damage. Now burns in the flames. Rulik's on the fast flank all the way through T-spawn, but there's a couple players in upper tunnels to keep an eye for that situation, particularly Rush. He's intent on lower. Now he goes to peek. I believe he spotted Rulik, and he's going to win that fight. Dink will not be enough. Retake still on here for Aetheris. They'll get a bye in the next round, but they desperately need rounds on the board in their favor. One from Sirena finally finishes off Cryptic after that long duel, but Ixani, so far removed, will just be playing for exits at this point. And I think Rush is going to hear him pretty momentarily. Although I think... Did Rush hear him? No, he just has to bail. Okay, at least there's something.
He had to bail early because of that low HP. And now CJ's toying with the idea of pressing. Instead, Ixani will just give the fight. Trying to go for the swing, trying to catch him unawares. CJ wins the duel. And no weapons will be saved for Aetheris into round 16. Their economy isn't as good as I thought it would be. Nato's on only an MP9, electing to prioritize utility. There could be an op if Ixani wants to drop one. But it doesn't look like they want to go for it. And Rulik is completely lacking utility. Not to mention kills, as he's at 1 in 15.
Yeah, you kind of need a little more than that. Granted, after the first map, I'm sure the tilt factor was something. That's a beautiful shot from Ixani. Blind, doesn't matter. Picks out a target. Noto now around the smoke. We'll get 1.5 on the Rush. But Nouns have space, and a lot of it is Cryptic, has waltzed all the way up Catwalk. There is a fast flank coming through, but that's going to signal to his team. Get over here now. Get the bomb down. Sirena is close. He's going to hear all the noise here from Elevator. But once that bomb goes down, Nouns begin to have a chance again. Sirena creeps on through. Backstab from Rush is not fast enough. And so a lot is placed on the shoulders of Junior without his op to try and anchor this down. It's planted for Rush, but he's so low. So easy to remove. Junior's Molotov might be a second too late. What a shot! Taps away the first. Junior's clicking heads, but he only gets one. It all comes down to Rush now, who drops a Molotov on the site, tucks tail and runs, and begins to wait and play the game of time. One through the smoke. Now he has it. He's won the time battle. Carver can't get there quick enough, I don't think.
I think he's got it.
Does he?
He has the kit.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Very
Fractional
close.
margins.
Yeah. Rush couldn't hear the defuse. He had to just spam it. He got the first, but Carver posted up to get the trade. Has just enough time to keep his team alive. Nouns, though, able to reinvest. Aetheris, the only one surviving, are going to struggle economically.
Keeps Aetheris alive for now. Gets them a very critical game, or critical round, I should say. Peeping. Back to mid doors. Swapping sides, not really swapping positions. You want something around those doors. Sirena might just give him the cat play, though. Contact is made, and it's Cryptic to win the first fight. Rush pushes in. Rulik destroyed. And now a reload from Noto. He's just running into the open and through the fires. Peeping gets a freebie. But Carver and Ixani have brought this back to a 3 versus 2, still favoring Nouns. There is a chance here. Utility's good for Carver. You can't really save if you are Aetheris. You have to get this round on the board. Or else it's 12-5 and 7 rounds separate you from overtime while your opponents need 1 and victor. Oh my gosh, they are.
It's a difficult call to make, and I feel like they made it way too quickly.
Agreed. Especially with Ixani in that position.
Yeah, and go up catwalk. If they find a kill in the first 15 seconds, then go for it. But they cut ties almost immediately. And so 12 is guaranteed for Nouns. Aetheris will have some weapons going into round number, 18? But they need 7 in a row to get to overtime, and that just does not sound like a winning recipe.
Quite the opposite, Nate. It is A very rough course for Aetheris to run. And how do you get the ball rolling? They've yet to use a timeout today as well. Just want to throw that out there. Rulik will have a scout. Still sitting on 1. Sirena, the Opper, has 4 on Dust2. There's a couple issues there coming to the forefront. Junior's already won the duel. Rulik tried to peek him out bottom mid. And now Sirena will try his hand at this duel. Junior has been the king of the op in this series. These 2 best of 1s have been ruled by Junior. It's his domain. And now Carver's taken down below half by a spam from CJ. Nouns just working their way around middle. Isolating fights against Aetheris. Noto might just get forced forward by the Flames as well. Sirena's been heard and finished off. Noto expected. Peeping pops up. Whack-a-mole reverse style from Peeping. And Ixani and Carver. They are locked out of this round, essentially. And there is no saving now, is there?
Nope. No chance. They have to win. They have to win 7 in a row. That'll get them to overtime. 1 versus 5 for Ixani. He could find Cryptic, I should say.
Or he could find Rush.
Maybe. That's a taller task, but he handles it well. Cryptic actually wins the duel, gets the quick trade, and secures the quick victory in tonight's best of 1s. 13-5 here on Dust2, and a 13-2 statement to start it off on Ancient. Quick and succinct work from Nouns.
Great job by